welcome back to the kitchen. Today we're going to be making a layered taco salad. Right now I'm cooking the ground beef for that, and we're also going to be layering that with some other ingredients. So let's take a look. Alright, you can see I'm cooking the ground beef here. I'm just moving it around to make sure that it gets cooked all the way, and just breaking it apart. I'm using the electric skillet right now, so you probably have different settings on your stovetop at home. But if I was at home, I would probably just start off on medium and see how it goes. Right now on the electric stove, it's about 250, I would say. Alright. Let's let that be for a bit. Alright. Then we also have some salsa, some pink beans. You could use pinto beans too. And I have some refried beans, some sliced black olives, sour cream, cheese, some different spices that I actually need to put into the meat right now. And I have these leftover tortillas that I'm going to break up into chips and put on top. Alright, so let's turn this down just a little. And let's move the camera so you can see a bit better. Alright, and let's just add a few of our spices. So I bought crushed red pepper, some dried cilantro. Cilantro is actually better fresh, but that's growing at home in my garden right now and it's not here, so we're using dry. And we have some, settle down there, beef. Okay. We also have some garlic powder. And I have some ground cayenne pepper. Alright, so let's just put some of these on here. Okay, I'm not measuring, but if you don't really feel confident in your ability to season on your own, you could always just buy one of those taco seasoning mixes and dump that in. I'm going kind of heavy on everything except the peppers because I don't want it to be too spicy for everyone that I'm sharing it with. I like it spicy, but not everybody does. Alright. That's the thing about the electric skillet. Once it hits the temperature that you have it set on, it turns off. So just have to turn it up again a little bit every once in a while. Otherwise it will stop cooking. Just really trying to break up all these bits to make sure that they're cooked on the inside, because like that one's still pink on the inside. think we're about done cooking the beef. So we're going to move on to our vegetables, which I didn't show you earlier. I have some lettuce and I have some green onions that I already washed. They've been drying on the counter. So I'm going to chop those up while we let our beef cool off a little bit. Alright, so we're going to start with our lettuce. I'm just going to be shredding it up and putting it on this plate here. You could also put it on a cutting board and just cut it up. We don't really have a cutting board here though. And definitely, you want to make sure you wash your hands before you do this. I did that earlier off camera. Okay, and now here we have our green onions. These are also sometimes called scallions. So they could be called green onions or scallions. When I wash them, I'm trying to get, sometimes these outer leaves can trap dirt in there. So I just try to wash those really well. I think these are good. I washed them pretty well. The ends sometimes get a little dirty, so I'm just going to pull the ends off. They sometimes just get tattered or not very nice looking. Alright. Since I don't have a cutting board here, I'm just cutting them on this plate. And you just chop off the root ends. Let's try the bigger knife. Let's see if this works any better. Usually when I'm cutting green onions, I like to have half of them turned this way and half of them turned this way. That makes it easier to cut. Alright, so those are all chopped up. You can make it finer than that if you want, but I'm not going to bother. I think it'll be good this way. Alright, so let's get our container and start layering our ingredients. Actually, I think what I want to do first is open all the cans. So So I'm just going to wipe off the top of each can in case it got any dirt on it in the store. Just be careful if you have the kind of can opener that doesn't make a smooth edge. You just don't want to cut yourself. Usually I just push down on one side of the can lid and then to make it pop up on the other side, and then carefully grab the side that's sticking out. Alright, so I think we're going to start with our beef. You can't see a thing. There you go. Okay, I'm just going to unplug the pan and just tip the rest in. Okay, now for cleaning this kind of a pan, you can't soak it in water because it's got the electric part on this side, but you can fill it with water and let it sit as long as you don't get this part wet. So I'm just going to put some water in this so it doesn't get so difficult to clean off later. Alright, we'll just let that sit. Okay, we're going to spread this out. It's mostly cool, so let's just get, what should we do next? How about some of the beans? Okay, so they are in a liquid, and I don't want to get the liquid in there too, you can see. So I'm just going to scoop out some of the actual beans themselves. If I had a strainer, that might actually, you know what, here, I'm going to put them in another container. That'll make it a lot easier. Alright, we're going to put them in this. Alright, so now it's going to make it easier to actually see them and just get the beans and not the liquid. And then we can just save the rest for something else later. Or actually, even if you have leftover beans like this, and you're not going to use them all, you can even just stick this thing in the freezer. It's a lid on top, obviously. And then you can take it out later when you're ready to make soup. This bean juice, or bean water, whatever you want to call it, it makes a really good broth, actually. So you don't ever want to just dump that down the drain, because this is going to make a really good broth if you ever want to make soup later. Alright, I think that's good on the beans. So how about we do a layer of salsa? Of course you can get whatever kind of salsa you want. I just always look for the one that says chunky because I like it to have obvious pieces of vegetables in it. And I went for the mild just because I'm sharing this with a lot of other people and I don't know if everybody likes really spicy stuff. Or if you're feeling really fancy, you could actually try to make your own salsa. Okay, and now that this is open, we're going to put this in the refrigerator. Alright, what should we do next? How about a little layer of olives? Sorry. If you don't like olives, just don't use them. Or put some on the side that people who do like olives can put them on themselves. And you could do that with any of these ingredients, really. Alright, let's add a little bit of the refried beans. Actually, I'm going to get a container for those too. Little containers left, so it's gonna have to go in this huge one. Gracious goodness, it's like the cranberry sauce that comes in the can. Okay. Let's just break that up. So it looks like actual refried beans and not a can-shaped blob. Alright, there we go. Okay, so let's put some of these on top of our layered taco salad. Try and spread them out a bit. Alright. Let's see, how about, what should we do next? I think we used almost everything now. Let's add some lettuce. Alright, and we need our onions. If I'd remembered, I think I would have put the onions down lower, but because it's nice to have the crunchy onions in between the beans and the meat, but it'll be okay. It'll still taste good. Okay, and now we're going to put our lettuce. And I have a lot of extra lettuce here on the side for people that just want more lettuce, but I think this is good just for the salad itself. Oh yes, the cheese. I almost forgot the cheese. This is taco seasoned cheese, so it actually has some seasons in it already. And it's Colby Jack, cheddar, and manchego. obviously get whatever cheese you like. Alright, let's just spread that out a bit. Alright, and I think our final, yes, our final layer is going to be our sour cream. But before that, we're going to put on our chips. I think that will be good to have the sour cream on top of the crunchy chips. Now obviously you can just actually buy chips. I just happen to have these leftover taco shells from when we were going to have the taco takedown event here at the library, which but then we ended up closing, so we had to cancel it. So these were just leftovers. Or obviously you could just give people taco shells and they could scoop this into a taco shell. But I'm just going to keep it like a salad. Alright, I think that's going to be good, but I will put these out. I think what I'm going to do is turn this in. No, still can't really see, can you? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it so that people can come up here to the kitchen, kind of like a little taco buffet, and they can get what they want. So I'm going to push these onions to the front of the plate. And then I'm going to put the taco shells on the back here. Put it so people can actually grab it easier. There, that looks nice. Okay, so then people can just come along. They can get their lettuce. Put these knives away. And they can get their shell if they want a shell, if they're not happy with just whatever's on top of this. And they get extra onions if they want. Alright, so let's continue getting that ready. Let's put these knives in the sink. And let's put our sour cream on top. Now, I mean, I don't like to have a messy kitchen because I can't concentrate. So I'm going to put away a couple of these things first. Okay, much better. So now I'm going to put my sour cream on top. Actually, I think I'm going to do this sort of like I did with the parfait the other week, and just make it so that there's a layer of sour cream, but you can still see the other layers from the top. Oops. Back there, little chip. Alright, and then also I'm going to have the sour cream out here for people that want extra. So they can get their extra toppings, they can get extra lettuce, they can get a tortilla shell. And then here's the main dish here. And I think we're all ready to serve. Alright, thanks for joining us in the kitchen today. I hope you enjoyed. If you decide to try your own dish like this, let me know in the comments. Let me know what ingredients you like to put on your tacos or taco salad. Thanks for joining us, and see you again next week in the kitchen. Bye!